Hi, I'm Lady Cat, and welcome back to Lady Cat's Dungeon Quest and my Let's Play of the 1998 CRPG, D&D CRPG, since that's what we play here by BioWare and others, Icewind Dale.
I see.
Excuse me, actually this is technically the enhanced edition which came out in 2014, which is a lot better and cooler, but whatever. The original game came out in 1998.
Certainly.
We rejoin our party in East Haven, where we are on our way to deliver booze to this fisherman over here. Played this game enough times to know that you just need to go ahead and buy a bottle of wine at Pomap's Emporium to give to old Jed. Hey there, matey! How are you doing? Ooh, been hitting the sauce lately, old man? Well, there's no need to be mean about it. It's a real problem for me, you see. I need me wine to fish. It's a matter of life and death, matey. Well, is there anything I can do to support your downward spiral into oblivion? You could go to Pomab's and fetch me some wine. Then I could get back to me fishing. I would be grateful for it. I'd go to get it myself, but 2 summers past I got so mad at that pompous Pomab that I threw his sorry behind into that Dinner. You mean like this bottle I have with me? Ah! You have a bottle of wine for me! Matey, I am indeed grateful. Better make that your last, or no, make that last, Captain. You're not always going to have strapping adventurers around to get your medicine for you.
Done.
I feel like this game is a great example of how so many RPGs during the first level of the game, you just have like a million silly, ridiculous little quests you have to go on. Like your adventures, for Christ's sake. Why do you have to run around town getting getting wine for the village
Must be a
drunk?
task.
Like, how
Well, my
heroic.
friend, and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything. Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have
I think my
sentimental
favorite of all
value.
the curiosities lying around in Rothgar's house is the invisible stalker
Oh, they're all
head
remembrances of my
nailed up
adventuring
to the
days.
wall.
Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than
Up
valuables,
there
really.
to the right of
Leftovers
the
from my
Gorgon and
days of
the
fortune
Illithid
and glory.
heads. It's an invisible stalker, so you can't see it. Fortune and glory, eh? Looks to me like you've had more than your fair share
Oh,
of glory, if not
I've
fortune.
seen my share of fortune as well, rest assured. I've beheld more treasure than most kings, I'd wager. But it wasn't for coins that I fought and bled all those years. It was for something grander, more powerful than mere riches. Adventuring is something that is in your blood, not in your purse.
Well said. I too heed a similar call to adventure.
Indeed. Well then, this might interest you. I'm putting together an expedition of sorts, one which would surely provide opportunities for both fortune and glory. This is the business I wish to speak to you about.
Really? Tell me more about this expedition.
We've received word from Kaldahar, our neighbors to the south, that evil forces are stirring nearby in the spine of the World Mountains.
Hmm.
I am organizing and leading a party from East Haven south to Kaldahar Valley to investigate. You look to be capable enough. Perhaps you'd like to join us. What say you?
What sort of evil forces are we talking about?
I don't really know. The messenger wasn't too specific. I suppose if you want more details, you could ask old Everard over at the temple, but time's a-wasting. We need to get this expedition moving before the snows seal off the pass to Kaldahar. So what's it going to be? Are you in
Sounds
or out?
exciting. Count us in.
Excellent. Glad to have you on board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out for Kaldahar within a few days.
Oh, excuse me.
With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. but there are matters that require my
Speaking
attention here about
of
town.
the village drunk, I'm currently enjoying a Blue Moon,
Actually, now that I think
non-alcoholic.
about it, maybe you can help. Poma, the local shopkeeper, has recently expressed
I'm
concern
recovered,
of
and
the
that's the
rapidly
only kind
thinning
of beer I
stock at his
drink.
store.
And you know what the great thing about
He's been
non-alcoholic
complaining that
beer
the
is?
regular
Is that
caravan from
like
Caer Dineval is long overdue,
there's
and that
like
if they don't
the
arrive
alcohol
soon, he's sure
content
to be
in
out of
beer
business.
is low enough to
Normally, I'd
begin
take
with that
Pomap's
you don't
advice
really
with a grain of
lose
salt,
any kind
but
of
with heavy
flavor or
snows on the way,
anything by
it would be
not
best to
having
make
the
sure that
alcohol in it.
caravan makes it
So
through.
this is just as good as a regular Blue Moon.
I want you to find that caravan. Leave town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between East Haven and Caer Dineval. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year. Once you find it, see the caravan safely to East Haven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the
Should
final
get them to
plans for our
sponsor
journey.
me.
Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Calderhop Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck.
I
Safe
should get
journey.
paid by the burp. Every time I burp on microphone, I can mention that I'm drinking a non-alcoholic
I
Blue
am by
Moon,
your side.
and they can
Very
pay me.
well.
Thick rubbery tentacles dangle from the squid-like head of this strange beast. The creature's dull eyes glare eerily at you from up on the wall as though it were silently observing you. The mounted head of this beast resembles that of a large black bull. Closer inspection reveals the creature's hide is actually composed of thick metal scales. The snout of this peculiar metal animal has an odd greenish tint to it. And there's the invisible stalker. Gonna
Great.
have
I'll
Cersei
get right on it.
steal all his valuables. Oh, another burp. I get paid again. Okay, there's just a scribbled note in that chest. This one's locked. I think the chest was locked too, but I wasn't paying attention. If you are reading this note, then obviously you are a thief come to rob me of my hard-won riches. Sorry to disappoint you. Did you really think I would keep my valuables in such an obvious and unguarded place? Consider this note, O warning. I do not care much for those who would poke their nose where it doesn't belong, and anyone caught practicing thievery in the town of East Haven shall answer to me. Rothgar. He must keep it all under his mattress.
Yes, as you wish.
Love the displacer beast drug too.
As you wish.
Oh, I love how it automatically switched from the mage book to the priest scroll when I switched characters.
I am here. Very well.
Let's go to the temple and talk to Everard. I guess first we'll talk to
I see.
his disciple, Acalia. Hello, my name is Acalia, and I'm an initiate here at the Temple of Tempus. I help Everard maintain the temple armory and perform rituals. Well, met Acalia, I'm Rhaenyra. You're an initiate in the Temperate Faith, eh? I didn't realize that the Lord of Battles was so popular up here. Tempus is revered a great deal by the barbarian tribes up here. They call him Tempos. We immigrants see a lot of conflict and violence in these parts, and people want to make sense out of it all. And what sense can be made out of it all? Oh no. I can't remember what I picked. I suppose you can make sense out of it, but why not seek a spiritual anchor for hope instead of a gloomy explanation about mankind's warlike nature? There we go. Sounds more like a paladin's response. The point is that it is not gloomy. It's not an end unto itself. Conflict, war, they are the means to an end. Tempest does not determine the merit of a cause, he simply measures the valor and dedication of those who are brave enough to fight, kill, and die for what they believe in. You do have a point. I suppose I do practice what you preach. The battle between good and evil is as old as Abertoral itself. However, I cannot revere conflict itself, even if I rely on war to accomplish my goals. I certainly do not cherish the activity. We all must seek our own paths through life. I have chosen the path of the warrior, walking in the bloody footsteps of the Lord of Battles. As a woman, it is difficult to do at times, especially since I am a foreigner to this land. The native barbarians do not believe that foreigners understand what Tempos really stands for, and they certainly don't believe that women can be his champions or representatives on Toril. Perhaps someday this will change. How do the barbarians feel about the 10 towns being here? It changes from season to season, from year to year, like all things. They are mistrustful of us immigrants and often view our settlements here as an intrusion on their land. Sometimes they trade with us, sometimes they war with us. You said us immigrants. Where are you from? I am originally from Neverwinter. I came here to aid Battlelord Everard when the former war priest Renfeld was killed in a battle against the barbarians near Bryn Shander. Ouch. Guess those barbarians don't like the immigrants much. Sounds like a love-hate relationship. At least they don't try to kill you all the time. It is just part of our daily routine. We know that the barbarians are just a few peaks away, and we immigrants understand the danger that they bring into our lives. It seems almost pointless to live in such harsh conditions. Aren't people afraid? It's actually part of a simple truth that we Temperans believe. Conflict is all around us. Every man and woman has something that he or she believes in, which he or she will die to promote or preserve. Tempest tells us that we should live for something of importance. If we kill, if we die, the same. We preach that conflict and war are vital to mankind's existence. I agree. Even if we don't like the fact that it's happening, conflict is pretty inevitable in life. Exactly. That is why we East Haveners practice the temper and faith and perform the rituals of the Lord of Battles. What rituals do you perform? We celebrate the Feast of the Moon in remembrance of the Battle of the Dead. We also sing the Song of the Sword at least once a 10-day. Because of the church's close proximity to the site of so many great battles, our congregation also has local celebrations to remember all of the mighty conflicts that have ravaged across Icewind Dale. The most important daily ceremonies are the Feast of Heroes at high sun and the Song of the Fallen at sunset. Sunset, that's when your fun ends for the day. We celebrate the Battle of Jared's Stone. I'd tell you more about it, but Everard prefers that any questions about it be directed to him. He has somewhat of a different perspective on the teachings than most. Ask him about it if you see him. How about the Feast of Heroes and Song for the Fallen? They're pretty straightforward. The Feast of Heroes is a meal that we eat at high sun. During it, we remember the final meal each warrior eats before he or she enters mortal battle. The Song for the Fallen is a dirge that we sing at sunset as a daily memorial for those who have died in battle. Thank you, I must take my leave now. This is a large shield with the symbol of a white sword emblazoned upon its surface. Numerous dents and scratches indicate the shield has seen many battles. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Shield of Eonin, a veteran of many battles against the Uthgar barbarian." Those captions don't stay up long enough for you to really read them. Against the Uthgar barbarians, Eonin was slain whilst battling a white dragon matriarch upon the waves of Lactinashare. His body and his blade were never recovered. The blade of this battle axe is buried deep into the stand upon which it rests. Hundreds of tiny notches have been whittled into its black oaken handle. The inscription upon its stand reads, "Bloody Ashram's Axe." This warlord reputedly used the axe to... Oops. Cersei keeps hiding in shadows and pushing the dialogue up. Use the axe to personally execute his prisoners. This huge warhammer looks as if it would take the combined strength of 2 men to wield it. Its thick steel head is bound with studded bronze bands and is speckled with what appears to be dried blood. The inscription upon its stand reads Bone Cracker. This magnificent weapon belonged to the legendary warrior Dumach I, who died in the assault on Dragonspear Castle. This is a round shield with a number of wicked barbs protruding from its surface. A flaming sword, the holy symbol of Tempest, has been etched into the center of the shield. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The shield of Mergath of the Order of the Steel Fang, slain on the 11th day of the battle at Borskir Ridge." This glyph-warded door set into the floor appears to lead down into a chamber beneath the temple. There doesn't appear to be a way to open it. This long and slender lance is of astonishing quality and workmanship. The entire length of its shaft appears to have been coated in gold, and its handle inlaid with various precious gems. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Golden Lance of Kedwir." Okay. Oh, that's too high. Heralded as the greatest horseman ever to ride into battle, Kedwir died gloriously upon the fields of the dead alongside his trusted charger, Onyx. I really wish they would just give you enough time to read the damn descriptions of things. I mean, they're gonna include the descriptions to click on, which is neat. They should at least give you enough time to read the damn thing. Sorry. I clearly need more non-alcoholic beer. God, look at all of this! Cersei hiding in shadows, failing, succeeding, leaving shadows. It's really annoying! I wonder if there's an option that you can choose to get rid of those specific messages. There probably isn't, but it would be nice if there were. Oh, hey, look, the holy symbol of Tempest on the floor where my party's standing right now, the flaming sword. Didn't even notice that. Jesus, it's like every 5 seconds, for crying out loud.
I am by your side.
You hear that sound a million times
As
every
you
time you
wish.
play the game.
Rothgar mentioned there were strangers in town. What is it you want?
I am Rhaenyra. Are you the high priest of this temple?
Yes, I am Everard. Everard of Tempest, battle priest of the Lord of Battles. What brings you here?
Oh, I picked. Acalia told me to ask you about Jared's stone. She said it had something to do with one of your holy days. I'm just guessing. I certainly did take my time with this one, though. Okay, we're just gonna skip to whenever I actually click something. Oh, wait. There we go.
Jared was a shaman who lived long
I must
ago.
have needed
He
a
brought
beverage
unity to the
at the
northern
time, as
tribes
I
and led
do
them to victory
currently.
against the army of Arakan, at the cost of
Not
his
sure if I'm
life.
gonna keep recording while drinking Blue
Once
Moons, though.
Arakan saw his army routed by Jared and the northern
I don't like
tribes,
burping
he
every
sought to
5
bring the hells
seconds
to his aid. Arakan
on my
opened a
audio.
gate to the lower plains.
He brought demons to the battlefield? The northern tribes would have been destroyed.
I do not believe that. Jared did. It is said that Tempest himself appeared to Jared upon the battlefield, and Jared took that as a sign.
A sign to do what?
Jared believed Tempest was calling him to sacrifice himself for his people to ensure victory. And so he cast his body into the portal, his blood fusing it to stone.
It lies entombed beneath the temple to this day.
You don't sound like you agree with Jared's choice.
Jared had no need to sacrifice himself. Tempus's appearance was a test of faith, proof Jared's people had already won the field that day. Jared failed his god and died a coward's death.
But Tempest is known to appear to warriors who can dictate the outcome of a battle, so perhaps Jared's death was not
One dies for Tempest with a blade in one's hand, not by martyring oneself within the embrace of infernal magics. Jared's duty was to stand with his comrades, not cast himself to his death when the field was already theirs.
His sacrifice may have prevented other deaths, Everard.
Sacrifice? Let me say this of sacrifice, young one, then we shall speak of this no more. Sacrifice is a death that has meaning. When it is in vain, it is not sacrifice. It is a waste. That is the lesson of
He
Jared's
certainly
stone.
is grumpy. And this stone is buried beneath the temple?
Aye, a great stone disc that holds Jared's corpse for eternity. And so I watch and guard it in Tempus's name.
I see. I must take my leave. Oh no, I have other
You are free to
questions.
ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
You carry the scars of war, Everard. Were you wounded in battle?
These eyes have seen battle, yes. And my skin bears the mark of swords and axes. That was long ago. Now my place is here.
Why would you leave battle behind?
Because there are many ways one may serve one's god. I am of the Order of the Broken Blade. My duty is to watch this
Order of the
place.
Broken Blade. They guard areas sacred to Tempest, correct?
Yes, we were warriors. Wounded in battle, our injuries now keep us far from the front lines. Still, we are fit to guard holy sites to our lord.
I must take my leave. Farewell. Alright, where to?
Very well.
So many little side quests in town. Ah! I think there's one over here if we talk to this townsperson. Oh. Nope, wrong townsperson. It's this guy over here singing to himself. Jonan. He has a name. That's how you know he's important. Hmm? Eh? Oh, sorry, friend. I didn't see you standing there. Name's Jonan. Something I can do for you. I'm surprised you saw me as deep into daydreaming as you seem to be. Your time might be better spent fishing in the lake than in your dreams. Well, perhaps so, but my luck's not been what it has been in the past. I head farther out, but there's no fish to be found. Even my dreams have been troubled by it. What kind of dreams? Well, there's a woman. And don't give me that eye. It's not like you think. She walks upon the surface of the lake as if it were flagstones instead of waves. She doesn't say anything, just sings. Beautiful songs, but I can't understand a word. Well, if dreams are your only worry, Jonan, your life can't be too bad. Dreams should be a comfort, not a curse. If truth be told, friend, damn it, there's no sense to it. These dreams are eating at me like a starving wolf. I can barely hold the daily thought in my head before the memory of the dreams hounds its way back in there. By the hells, I don't know how much more of this I can take. If I can find some way to help you, Jonan, I will. I don't know how. Or how I can. Eh? You're not playing on a man's hopes, are you? I'd be grateful for just one night of peace. See what I can do. If I think of anything, I will return. I know how good my Irish accent is. It's probably more of a Lucky Charms accent than an Irish accent, but you know. I like trying to give some of these characters accents of some sort. They shouldn't just all have the same voice. Anyway, this is the end of our video, so if you'd like to see more Icewind Dale, there's a link on the left. If you'd like to subscribe, there's a link on the right. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, thank you, there's a link in the description. Roll along and prosper.